Hey everyone, First T here. Thanks for checking out this YouTube channel. Congratulations, Lydia Ko, on winning the LOTTE Championship 2021. Here's her post-win virtual press conference interview.
Lydia, now it's been a half hour since you last got off the course, but let's start with how you were feeling as you entered today. What was the mindset as you kind of refocused yourself heading into the final round against Nelly?
I said to myself, trust my training. And this morning, Sean had texted me, hey, just trust and conviction. And I wrote that on my pin sheet today. And that's kind of the mindset I took. And I said to myself, hey, I feel like the winner's already chosen. But we obviously all don't know. So I'm just going to go out there, play the best golf I can, and see where I finish at the end of the day. Obviously, nice coming up, the last with 6 or 7 shot lead. Especially seeing that pin position kind of scared me a little bit. But yeah, I know, nice to kind of be back in the winner's circle. And I felt like I was gonna cry, but I'm proud of myself for not crying. And overall, I've had a unbelievably fun week here in Hawaii, and I know I need to work on my hula dance a little bit, but yeah, no, it's been awesome. So I'm proud of the way I stayed patient, leading up to this moment, and I think it's all worth it in the end.
You said, I remember hearing you on the green, and you said, I'm trying not to cry, I don't want to cry, I don't want to cry, but how much does this win in Hawaii mean to you?
It means a lot. I think there were times, I think what's harder is sometimes when it's not about other people's expectations, but when you put expectations on yourself and you feel like you're not reaching it. And I think I was putting more pressure on myself and doubting myself. And I've been very fortunate to have a very supportive family and team and friends that have just kind of built the confidence in me. And Sean, I feel like it gives me so many great wisdom, and kind of builds that confidence in myself where at times I didn't feel like I had it. So I think it just makes me grateful that I just have a loving people around me that is just supporting me no matter what. And I think it's more I was proving it to myself than to anybody else. And I know this feels great. Obviously, playing next week, and I think it just says at the back of my mind, it takes away that doubt that I can do it. And when you stay patient and keep working on the right things, everything kind of naturally follows.
Now, I know on the green they said Lydia Ko is back, but we've seen some impressive play from you already in 2021. As you were going through today and you were making birdie after birdie after birdie, did you realize how you were inching closer and closer to history?
I don't. There weren't that many leaderboards from like 8 onwards, so I didn't really see the leaderboard actually since number 6. So I was just trying to give myself good looks for birdies, and I made a really good up and down on 4, and I was just kind of making pars and making that good momentum birdie on 9, and then 10 and 11 and 12. It just kind of builds that confidence. So I was just trying to play the best golf I can at that moment and not think about what position I was going to be. And I saw that I had a 6-shot lead when I was on 15 green. So that was kind of the first time I had seen it. And on a golf course like this, where someone's been shooting very low, multiple players have been shooting low scores throughout the week, you just can't take anyone out of it. I was quite a ways back last week, a few weeks ago at A&A, and put myself right into it. So I knew that it could be the case today. So I said to myself, even seeing that I had a 6-shot lead, you know what, you just got to focus and do a good job of each shot. And, you don't want to make careless mistakes. So I think I played smart, and, felt like I focused until that last putt dropped on the last stall.
All right, if there are any questions for Lydia, please make sure to utilize the chat function so that I can call on you to unmute yourself. But before we open it up to everyone else, how much did you draw back on last week at the A&A during the final round, that 10 under round when you were going through the streak that you had today?
Yeah, I think it was more like on the first round this week. I got off to a really good start, so I felt like I was feeding off momentum from a couple weeks ago. And almost when you have a really low score, you don't really know what to expect the next day because you already know that you've made a certain amount of birdies. So if you don't do that, like the next day, you're like, oh, I feel like I'm playing bad. And that was kind of the case yesterday and today. Like the other days, I shot like 4 or 5 under on my front nine, and then when you make the turn in 2 under, that's great. But you're like, man, I feel like I'm playing like so much worse. So I just tried to not focus on the score and do a good job of being committed to each shot in front of me. And I think that way I was just focused on what was next and not getting too carried away about what else is happening. And I know that sometimes I overthink things and kind of get in the way of myself. And today I think I really did a good job of just staying patient and figuring out my numbers and decisions with Dave. And then when we made that decision, just be fully committed to it and just hit a confident shot.
All right, we're going to open it up for questions. Beth Ann, if you'd like to unmute yourself, please.
Hey, Lydia, congratulations.
Thank you, Beth Ann.
Amazing performance. My first one is just, how does this one feel different than all the rest? Sweet 16.
I remember when I was Sweet 16. A while ago, actually. No, I don't like. It's really hard to compare like one to another. I think every single like win is so different. And obviously waited a little while from my last one in San Francisco to this one, and I had waited a little while for my win, my 15th win at Medihill as well. So yeah, definitely nice. I think this week I've just had such a good time, like going out, like going on hikes and just enjoying Hawaii, that golf was kind of a natural thing. And that was also the case on my 15th win, where my friend, he surprised me because it was my 21st birthday. And I just enjoyed like spending time with him. And, San Francisco obviously is a place where I have a lot of special memories. So I was like obviously focused on my golf, but, just enjoying everything. And I think sometimes you just like, because golf is such a huge factor in my life, that, I just look down one road. But, this week I've kind of had my blinds open and just enjoying being here. And I think that's almost helped me to be a little bit more relaxed and just accept, what if things go great, that's great. If not, I can't do much about it.
And if I could just ask one follow-up. Oh, was that really loud or something?
Yeah, and then turned on the thing loud, and I was like, hear you the first time.
Shouting at you. How does your game now? Does anything feel like it did when you were 15 again?
I don't even know what I was doing when I was 15. Can't even remember what I had for dinner last night. Yeah, I think this week I felt like I hit each shot like my drives or my putt with confidence. And I feel like when I'm hitting it, with confidence and aggressive kind of a mindset, that's when I hit it the best and play the best, because it's more free and I'm controlling it less. And I don't know why I did that better this week than others, but I think I was being like less tentative, just sticking to my game plan. And if it was a tough driving hole, just even hit it more aggressively. And I felt it felt great, hitting a really solid drive down the last. And oh, you're bleeding. Oh.
Continue.
Okay.
Thank you.
Yeah, so I guess things just clicked, and I don't mean like it clicked in a technical way, but it just clicked, I think, sometimes between the years. And I think just having my team to kind of always remind me of my key aspects has really been helpful for that.
Thank you.
All right, next we'll go to Kent. Sorry about that. Kent, if you want to unmute and ask your question.
Hey, Ben, thanks for that. And Lydia, congratulations on the win. What were you thinking about before your par putt on the 4th, and how did you feel after you made it?
Yeah, on the 4th, I hit like a bomb for me, maybe not a bomb for everybody else, but and I only had like a sandwich, and I was just trying to take a little bit off my stock numbers, and I hit it too soft, and I could just see midair that it had no chance of getting on the green, and then I had a pretty tricky chip shot, and I didn't really. It was just not a very well committed third shot, and I was just saying to myself, man, I'm so lucky that that ball didn't roll down back to my feet again, because that could have been six territory there, and I put a good stroke on it, and it went in, and Dave, my caddy, was like, oh, that looked good in there, because it was like bubbling a little bit, because I was putting it off the fringe, but when that went in, I felt like, oh, this is a good momentum builder, especially, making a birdie on the hole before. No, I know you're only going back to even par, but you just kind of want to feed on that, and that was definitely nice to kind of calm the nerves a little bit, and then just keep moving forward.
And to ask a follow-up, what was the biggest difference for you and how you carried yourself today versus the final round of the 2020 marathon?
2020 marathon, I played great up until the last hole, to be honest. Obviously it wasn't the finish that I'd envisioned, but sometimes it just doesn't go your way, and I know that my finish was not great, but in saying that, Danielle played great golf, and I think my finish kind of overshadowed the great golf that she had played, but on Saturday night, waking up sleeping before marathon final round, I was pretty nervous. I couldn't really sleep properly, and that's when I knew that it had been a while that I've been in this position, and it also means that it means a lot to me. But last night I slept really well, didn't wake up through the night, and I think I've just been trying to think, what's meant to be, it's gonna be, and I just gotta accept, what kind of gets thrown my way, and I just gotta do a good job of, the things that I can control, and if things go my way, that's great, but I know sometimes even if you try your 110%, it's just not going to be your time, and that's what I tried to take from that. And even though marathon I didn't end up winning, it had been a while since I'd been in that kind of position, so it was disappointing. But at the same time, it gave me a lot of confidence to say, hey, I can be back, in contention. And I think all those kind of moments, become experiences and become super helpful to moments like this.
To ask one last follow-up, who helped you find that mentality?
I always thought, even in my past wins, where when you just see wins, sometimes you just hit a tree, and when it's not going your way, it goes in the worst possible place. And then sometimes you hit a tree and it comes back on the curve. Things just happen, and that's where I've kind of naturally thought in my mind, I feel like there's already a chosen winner, and we don't know. So for us, our job is just do a good job of what you have in front of you, and do a good job of what you can control. And whatever happens, it just happens. And there are so many aspects that we just can't control. So I just kind of thought that, and I think the more times I play and put myself in these kind of positions, I think you're able to realize that sometimes it's gonna go your way, and sometimes it's not. And I know when the times it doesn't, it's gonna hurt, but those moments make me stronger. And I've had so much support from my family, and I know that they, no matter if I shoot 81 or 61, they don't love me more or less. And I think I'm having, Sean has always been helpful, where he says, even if you win, it doesn't make me a better person. It doesn't make me, yes, it's going to make me a little happier at that moment, but it doesn't change anything else. And I think he's been a huge help for me, just to clear out the questions in my mind, and really embrace myself for who I am, and just accept and be grateful for everything.
All right. Oh, thank you, Ken. Up next, we have a guy at One News in New Zealand. If you'd like to unmute yourself.
Thank you very much. Hey, Lydia. Nice to chat. Congratulations. It's been a long time. Yeah, it's been a long time. Huge congratulations. In the interview that you did on the green, you said that some doubt had started to come into your mind about whether you would ever win again. Did you ever fall out of love with golf during this time?
I don't think I ever felt like I didn't love the game anymore. I think there were at times where, you know, you keep trying and things just don't go your way. You, I think, doubt yourself and you don't know if what you're working on is the right things. But I think that's where, like, when I go back to what Sean said, like, we've been doing the same thing. So I know that, no, even if I'm not hitting it well or doing things, we're just going back to, you know, the same solutions. And I think that's really been like a lot more simple for me. And yeah, you know, when you just have a stretch where you aren't performing to the level that you feel like you should be, you know, of course there's going to be doubt. And, you know, I know that I doubted myself at times, but I think my team have really helped me to kind of clear those out and just, you know, make sure that I'm working on the correct things. And when you're doing that, that's it. Like, that's all you can do. And I think I'm trying to be a little less result orientated and just do a good job of, you know, the things in my swing or in my putting or in the mental side that I'm working on, and that's it. And I think that puts a little less pressure on me. And I know there are aspects of my game that that needs to improve, but you know, we're gonna, you know, keep working at it and see, you know, where it goes.
And just on as a follow up on the contrary to that, it looked today and throughout this tournament and even past tournaments in the last few months that you've been having so much fun. How much fun are you having, and how much, when you are having fun, how much does that help you play better golf?
I think when I'm having fun and being happy, that's when I play the best golf. And I think that's because there's less things that's going through my mind. And I know sometimes I overcomplicate things and, you know, go, oh, maybe I need to do this or that or what. Like, I think I just get in the way of myself. So when that happens, I think I like ask Sean and go, hey, just to like clear those out. You know, he puts all of the rubbish kind of thoughts that come in and he like just moves it to at the side for me. And I think it's not just myself, but I think in general, when people are having fun, you're able to perform at your best. But it's kind of having that balance between having fun and being focused. And I've just been trying to enjoy it. You know, I think especially with COVID, I think we're very grateful that we can come out and play and compete. I know that we had a span for 6 months where we couldn't, and I know a lot of people have been struggling and have lost their loved ones and are kind of in that tough situation even now. And I think as golfers, we're very lucky that we're in this kind of an atmosphere and we can come back to our job and spend time with the people that we love and compete. And you know, I think that's kind of been the mindset of just, you know, being grateful. And I think that way you kind of see the world in a better way rather than you know, feeling like, okay, what are the bad things that are going on you know, in my life. And I think, you know, all of us here are very lucky, you know, about everything that's happening. So with that kind of mindset, you just end up enjoying it and want to embrace kind of the whole journey ahead.
Just lastly from me, if I can, around COVID, the Olympics, where New Zealand's naming teams for various sports for the Olympics. Are you're keen to go to Tokyo, I take it?
Yes, I have. Oh, see, I saw them this morning.
It's a ladybug.
It's a black and white ladybug. How cute are they? Sorry. Yes, I am super excited. You know, unfortunately, 2020 Tokyo Olympics got postponed to 21. But you know, I had one of my best, all-time best time of my life at the 2016 Rio Olympics, and to represent, you know, my country and to medal for New Zealand was a huge honor. So I would love to be there to represent New Zealand again at the Olympics. And I know this year is different as we don't have general spectators, but yeah, I would love to be there to represent New Zealand and fly our flag with pride.
Amazing. Nice to chat to you. Thank you so much, and happy birthday next week.
Thank you.
All right, Jason.
Kind of talk about, you know, going through the bouts, going through the ups and downs. Is that kind of heightened appreciation when everything's working like it was this week? And
yeah, I think those moments, everybody has ups and downs, and I think those moments, you know, make you the person I am right now. And I'm sure there are going to be times in my career where I have doubts again, maybe in certain aspects of my game or just in my game or in myself in general. But I think when you kind of go through a phase like that, you're able to learn from, you know, your mistakes in those moments and go, okay, what do I need to do from here? And I think for me, when I know what I need to work on and they're focused on that, I think less in the results, and just try and do a good job of, hey, you know, what are the things I can control? What are the things that you know, I can do to do a better job in my game? And if, as long as I'm, you know, hitting it with 100% conviction, that's it. You know, the result, if I hit it left, right, center, like that's secondary. So I think when I'm trying to have a better understanding of myself and my game, and I think when I have that kind of mindset, it just becomes easier on me, and I'm out there just playing golf, and I'm not, you know, trying to make it to perfection.
I talked a little bit about earlier, but you didn't have a whole lot of time to prepare for this course. Once you got out here, the practice rounds, you just kind of did your eye.
I love this golf course. I came out here on Friday. I played 18 on Friday and 18 on Saturday, and then 9 in the pro-am, and then the 9. And I thought the course was beautiful. I met, you know, a few of the superintendents and just the team here, and I know they had a very short notice for us to come here. And, you know, considering all that, the golf course was in great shape. You know, the fairways are are really nice, and the greens were rolling great too. So I think just, you know, on behalf of the tour, we're lucky that, you know, kaploei was able to host us, you know, for the LOTTE championship. And you know, I enjoyed it. You know, it's a great mix of holes. I know the wind direction plays a huge factor around here, and yesterday there was like a span of 9 holes where the wind direction was different, so it made the course feel a lot different. But everybody was playing in pretty much similar conditions, so you just play with what you get. And I, you know, really enjoyed it. And I think when you're sometimes used to seeing one sort of golf course, it feels like routine like. But like this week, it was nice to just see something different, and, you know, kind of plan out my strategy with Dave, and you know, just stick to that throughout the week.
Oh yeah, you smashed your personal record for score for a tournament, and after you went on that run around the turn, looked like maybe you would have a shot at 31. But from everything you've been saying just now, I get the feeling that wasn't even popping in your head at all. You just played you stayed aggressive but under control, and with the goal of each shot being as good as you could.
Yes, yeah, I know. Making the birdie span from 9 to 12, obviously now is in a good momentum within myself. And, you know, even at ANA, somebody said, hey, didn't 59 ever come through your mind? And I said no, because, you know, I think when you're in that moment of playing, I was getting so focused on the shot in front of me that I wasn't thinking about, okay, am I going to shoot this under or that under? And I shot 5 under, and then I shot the second day, 9 or
Yeah.
8 under.
Yeah, Dana.
Yeah, here.
Oh, here. Oh,
9 under.
Yeah.
Yeah, so I was like, okay, yesterday was 7 under, so I want to shoot either 6 or 8. You know, you just try and, like, you know, put patterns in your mind. But no, I was just trying to do a good job with the shot in front of me, and I know there were a couple of times where I needed to make up and down in the back 9, and I was able to do that. So I was just feeding on momentum, and, you know, just making sure that if I have a shot in front of me, just being fully committed to it. And, you know, with my putts, I felt like the greens were getting, you know, a little shinier. So just making sure that my speed was dialed in. And I think when my speed is dialed in, that's when I putt the best. So, and I just kind of having a mix of like everything in that way. And, you know, when I did see the leaderboard and I was, you know, quite a few shots ahead, and with MB being finished, I just wanted to make sure that I wasn't going to make careless mistakes coming in, because you just never know until that ball goes in the hole on the last. So making sure that every shot in front of me, I was fully focused, and, you know, discussing and communicating well with Dave, and just you know, doing a good job of those things. And I think that way it made it a lot more simpler, and, you know, hitting a great drive on 18 kind of pushed down the nerves as well.
all right. We have one more question from Beth Ann before we wrap it up. Beth Ann, if you'd like to unmute yourself.
Yeah, just real quick, what made you choose Sean Foley?
Oh, I had actually seen Sean a couple times the year prior to when I officially worked with him. So I worked with him in June or something starting last year, and I'd seen him a couple times in April the year before, and got a little bit of his insight. But with Sean, being based in Orlando, it's convenient where the weeks that he's not traveling, I can see him a couple times a week. And to be honest, I didn't know what to expect because people may say, oh, he's too technical, he's too this or too that, but like he's really been helpful for me, and like every relationship between player and coach is different, and he's been great to just simplify everything for me, and I'm very grateful for his advice both on and off the golf course. So yeah, no, I think one factor was that it was going to be super convenient because he only lives like 30 minutes away.
Congratulations once again, Lydia Ko. What are your thoughts on the LOTTE Championship 2021? Let me know in the comments section below, and please click on the thumbs up icon if you liked this video. Subscribing to this YouTube channel and sharing the video also helps, and don't forget to click on the notification button for this channel so you won't miss the next First 2T video.